I thank each and everyone for attending this program. I now hand over the session to today's president of this function to conduct proceedings. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Good evening to all, and welcome to this valedictory function. Today's chief guest, our Professor Veera Reddy Garu, the former Vice Chancellor, Satavahana University, and Professor Ramchandra Garu, just now completed his lecture presentation. Who is an eminent scientist and a well-known person in the two Telugu states, and director academic, my colleagues. In fact, it is very difficult for me to preside over this function. There are three scientists on the dais and some eminent personalities in the dais. Anyhow, the director academic endorsed this responsibility on my shoulders, and our Vice Chancellor, in fact, conveyed his message. SAR has called to government officials to have an important meeting. That's why he is not in a position to come over here, and he conveyed congratulations and best wishes. First of all, I congratulate from my bottom of the heart the Faculty of Science, especially the Captain of Faculty of Science, for conducting this wonderful seminar for 2 days and invited a tremendous dynamic scientists not only the science subject. Already you have mentioned without borders. Yesterday we have Professor Jagannath Rao Garu of Hyderabad Central University and other eminent personalities presented various papers. But I don't want to go in details. Now I request Professor Pushpa Chakrapani Garu, by congratulating you all because of a team without borders, all of you came together and successfully completed almost this seminar. Now at this juncture, I would like to invite our Professor Pushpa Chakrapani Garu to present brief seminar report of these 2 days.
Thank you, sir. Very good evening to all of you. Respected Registrar of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, Dr. L.V.K. Reddy, President of today's valedictory function of today National Seminar on Science Without Borders, a multidisciplinary vision for the future. Distinguished Chief Guest, Professor Veera Reddy Garu, former Vice Chancellor, Satavahana University, and also the former Professor of Department of Chemistry, Usmania University. Sir, thank you very much for accepting our invitation to be the chief guest of this valedictory session. I also welcome the eminent scholar and the Professor Dr. A. Ramchandra Garu, retired from the NIT Warangal, for accepting our invitation to be the guest of honor for this valedictory session. Sir, thank you very much. And all the deans, directors of different faculties, branches of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, research scholars, distinguished guests from outside, and also my dear students. Once again, I welcome you all for this today's National Seminar Valedictory program. Sir, it is my privilege to give you a report on this today seminar. Sir, the today National Seminar started on 21st morning with the inaugural session. We had the privilege of having Dr. Professor B. Jagadeshwar Rao, Vice Chancellor of University of Hyderabad, as the chief guest. And Professor Rao emphasized the inherently borderless nature of science and highlighted the crucial role of science education. He also elaborated on the use of digital platforms for problem solving and discussed the opportunities available in India's growing economy. In his presidential remarks, Professor Ganda Chakrapani, Vice Chancellor of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, spoke about the significance of the science programs in the Open University since its inception, 1982. And also he encouraged the participants to make most of their academically enrichment time of BRAOU. And he said, as the Open University is open, the doors for higher education, in similar way, science is also open and limitless. The keynote speaker, Dr. Anand Kumar Pandey, Chief Scientist at NGRI Hyderabad, delivered a keynote address, and his thought-provoking address focusing on geographical concepts and their relevance in the broader context of science and society. Then followed by the plenary session, it was the speaker for the plenary session was Dr. Neha Hebalkar, Scientist F, Center for Nanomaterials, ARCI, and she spoke on nanotechnology, bridging disciplines, shaping future. The plenary session titled Nanotechnology, Bridging Disciplines, Shaping Future, delivered by Dr. Neha Hebalkar, was both inspiring and insightful. Dr. Neha highlighted the transformative potential of nanotechnology across diverse sectors, including physics, chemistry, biology, medicine, engineering, and environmental sciences. Overall, the session offered valuable insights into how nanotechnology is poised to shape the future, reinforcing its role as a catalyst for scientific and social advancement. Then we all went for lunch. We had a good lunch in the afternoon, sir. Again, we came back for the technical sessions. And the technical session 1 started with the biological sciences. And we have started with the botany presentations. And the chairperson was Dr. M. Vanita, and the rapporteur is Dr. M. Ramakrishna. The total, there are 9 papers we have received for the botany subject, and where 7 offline and 2 online presentations. The presentations critically emphasizes a diverse range of topics related to botany, biotechnology, and traditional knowledge. The collection of studies showcases a rich interdisciplinary exploration spanning botany, biotechnology, environmental science, and traditional knowledge systems. Thus, this session reflects a dynamic and integrative approach to scientific inquiry, merging traditional knowledge with modern innovations to address ecological, agricultural, and health-related challenges in contemporary India. Then the session 2 is mathematical sciences, where the mathematics students have presented their papers. We have received the 8 papers, sir, out of which 3 are presented offline and 5 are presented online. Chairperson was Dr. K. Sridevi and rapporteur Mr. Rameshwar Gowd. The session concluded by the reaffirming that mathematics is not just a subject confined to classroom, but a powerful tool for understanding and shaping the world. As we move towards a technologically advanced and data-driven society, the importance of mathematical literacy cannot be overstated. Participants left with a renowned appreciation for the subject and its critical role in fostering analytical thinking and innovation. Then followed by the biological science, we had presentations on zoology, and it was chaired by Dr. N. Rajkumar, rapporteur Dr. Anita Kumari. We have received more than 19 papers, out of which 13 are offline and 6 are online. The zoology session was a great success in promoting awareness, curiosity, and scientific inquiry among participants. It highlighted the dynamic nature of the subjects and its critical relevance in the modern world. By blending theoretical knowledge with practical applications, the seminar empowered the gathering to think holistically about animals, ecosystems, and the planet's future. The session ended with a call to action to protect biodiversity and support scientific research for a more sustainable science and application session. And the chair was Dr. Reddy Devender and the rapporteur was Mr. Bhattu. And we have received 6 papers, 2 are offline and 4 are online. The session covered diverse topics like fostering insightful discussions and knowledge exchange. Offline presentations facilitated direct engagement, while online sessions ensured broader participation. The session was concluded successfully reflecting active involvement from all the participants. Then again, there was a session in statistics where Dr. Sridevi was also the chairperson and rapporteur was Dr. K. Vijay Kumar. We have received 4 papers and 2 offline and 2 online presentations were there. The statistics presentations was a successful and enriching experience that reinforced the relevance and power of statistics in both academic and professional domains. It inspired students and researchers alike to approach data with confidence and curiosity, laying the foundation for future learning, research, and innovation in the field of statistics. And day 2, sir, the day 2, that is today, started with the technical session of Earth and Environmental Sciences. The chairperson was Professor G. Pushpa Chakrabarti, director of the seminar, and the rapporteur was Dr. S. Rajita. And there are 6 papers, 3 offline and 3 online. This session provided a comprehensive platform for knowledge sharing on environmental conservation, pollution control, health and sustainable development, and the diverse range of topics and experts' insights underscored the need for continued research, policy support, and community engagement in addressing environmental challenges, as well as the use of microplastics and the effect on the human health. And we extended our gratitude to the chairperson, presenters, and organizers for participants making this session a great success. The next session followed by physics and chemistry. It is under physical sciences. And the chairperson was Dr. K. Pramila, rapporteur Vijay Vishistri. Totally, we have received 5 papers, sir, where 2 are offline and 3 are online presentations. The physics session was a resounding success, providing both academic enrichment and motivation for future exploration. It inspired participants to view physics not just as a subject, but as a powerful tool to understand, predict, and transform the world around us. The knowledge and ideas exchanged during the seminar will certainly encourage continued learning and innovation in the field of subjects. And regarding the chemistry, followed by we have the chemistry session where Dr. Pramila was the chairperson and Koteshwara was the rapporteur, and we have received 5 papers. 1 is offline and 4 are online. Chemistry session emphasizes interdisciplinary thinking as it highlighted the connections between chemistry and other fields such as biology, physics, environmental science, and engineering. It emphasizes the importance of collaborative research and innovation in addressing global challenges like pollution, climate change, and resource scarcity. Session was a successful and enlightening event that enhanced scientific awareness, promoted curiosity, and encouraged reasonable, responsible use of chemical knowledge for the betterment of society and the environment. And after the lunch, we have again the plenary session 2, sir, where Professor Ramchandraya was the speaker for the plenary session 2. And the title of the session was Decompartmentalization and Forging Interdisciplinary Scientific Research and Academics Towards Vikasit Bharat. Sir, the plenary talk emphasizes that decompartmentalization and interdisciplinary collaborations are essential pillars for realizing the vision of a Vikasit Bharat. The speaker highlighted the urgent need to break traditional academic silos and promote integrative thinking across scientific disciplines to address complex national and global challenges. By fostering a culture of collaboration, innovation, and contextual relevance in research and education, Indian institutions can become catalysts for sustainable development and inclusive progress. The session called upon educators, researchers, and policymakers to work together in building a knowledge-driven future-ready India aligned with the goals of the National Education Policy 2020. So on this dais, I congratulate each and every participant who presented their papers. And finally, now we are in the valedictory session where at the outset, once again, I thank the chief guest, Professor K. Veera Reddy Garu, for accepting our invitation and came here to give the valedictory address. Thank you once again.
Nice elaborate report.
Thank you, madam.
Hard and drafting it.
In fact, Madam has given a detailed report, subject-wise paper, the themes, contents of the papers, and, deliberations also. Now I request Dr. Ramakrishna to introduce our chief guest of honor. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Again, it's my honor to introduce today's guest of honor, Professor Ramchandra Garu. It is my great honor to introduce Ramchandra Garu, a distinguished academician and a researcher.
Reintroducing, right?
And
Reintroduce.
some new people also came, sir. And he has made significant contributions to the field of electrochemistry, coordination chemistry, computational chemistry, molecular spectroscopy, and chemical education. With an illustrations career spanning over 4 decades, he has served as a professor, senior professor of chemistry at the National Institute of Technology, Warangal, NIT, and he has held several key administrative roles, including Dean of Research and Consultancy, Head of the Chemistry Department, and member of the Board of Governors at NIT Warangal. Currently, he is the coordinator of DST SOP, editor of Vignana Vani, correct, sir, Vignana Vani, and Science Monthly, NIT Warangal. Professor Ramchandraya holds a PhD from the University of Hyderabad and has been actively engaged in research with over 50 research papers published in national and international journals. He has also guided 15 PhD scholars and over 100 master's students, contributing immensely to the academic community. His work has been recognized with several prestigious awards, including the Institute Best Teacher Award for Sciences in 2018 and Sri Chukkapalli Pichayya Foundation Award for Science Popularization. Beyond academia, he is a passionate science communicator, having delivered over 500 popular science lectures and actively contributed to science columns in leading newspapers like Enadu and The Hindu. His efforts in science, outreach, and education have made a lasting impact on students, researchers, and the general public alike. Sir, thank you very much for accepting to be the guest of honor for this valedictory session. I now request Professor Ramchandra Garu to give his speech.
President of the function, Dr. L.V.K. Reddy Garu, chief guest, and also my teacher like co-chemist,
Introduce yourself,
former Vice Chancellor, Shatwa University, and also for some time the in-charge Vice Chancellor of Karate University
And Telangana.
and Telangana University. And above all, one of the very famous writers of spectroscopy and group theory, Professor K. Veera Reddy Garu, Dean, Faculty of Sciences, Dr. Pushpa Chakramani Garu, Dr. Koteswara Garu, Professor Pramila Garu, and others from the university. And above all, the young budding research scholars who have come all the way to present their papers, also to know a lot from the keynote speakers and also the plenary speakers, and also from the papers from other colleagues also. It's like sharing of these things. I'm immensely pleased with the presentation made by Professor Pushpa Chakramani Garu. It was very, very lucid and also it covers the whole thing. Perhaps she has given more importance to my talk than myself. I think it is very well structured presentation. It speaks about our expertise in making reports and also our administrative skills. I'm hoping that all of you over these 2 days must have gained a lot of knowledge from the speakers from the beginning of the inaugural lecture till now. We are going to even listen to our chief guest, Mr. Veera Reddy Garu. Mr. Veera Reddy Garu is a well-known friend to me. I consider him as my, maybe I consider him as my Dronacharya, maybe Ekalavi I must not have directly taught by him, but I used to read his books actually. And it's one of the wonderful books. Those who have come from chemistry background know one of the important and most difficult topics to teach is group theory. And very few people only, as I know, even Hyderabad Central University also, I listened to some of the professors. And I could not get that much knowledge while I was working in the university, even though I listened to some of the prominent, very well-known, well-renowned scientists there. But by reading Professor Veerareddy's book, no, I gathered a lot of inputs into that. I must not have mastered it, but definitely my idea towards book theory has become improvised by reading this book. You are very lucky that he is around. He is going to give a message to you. Even though time is less for you all, but whatever time he is spending, it's going to be very meaningful and also memorable to you all. I think so. So now I am very thankful to the management, especially Professor Ganda Chakrapani Garu, for having considered me to be one of the participants of this today seminar. And I wish all of you will go with some memorable ideas. I think definitely must have got a lot of new friends here in these 2 days, and hope this friendship will continue. As I told in the afternoon itself, 6 hours. This today seminar definitely must have made a new kind of mindset, new kind of vision to you to maybe fashion or maybe to carve your own scientific future ahead. Okay, even though it is second time, see, it looks like in Telugu, no, there is something called as in good olden days, మొదట కృష్ణుడు రెండో కృష్ణుడు అని ఉండేది. Already in the afternoon, I was already introduced and I had done some job. Again, the madam has made me to stay ahead. I was very lucky. Actually, I consider it as a privilege to be sharing the dais with Professor Veerareddy. That's why I thought it's a privilege and also a boon. So hope you are going to carry good memories and something is going to be taken as a take-home thing. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. I think you all know about Ramchandra garu. Ramchandra sir is bringing out Chekumuki journal, which thought-provoking article, which published thought-provoking articles and scientific articles to motivate and educate children to think logically. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now I request Dr. Koteswara garu to introduce our chief guest, Professor Veerareddy garu.
Student.
Good evening, respected dignitaries, esteemed guests, faculty members, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. Very good evening. Great honor
Homecoming lab.
to introduce and inspiration Professor K. Veerareddy garu, an eminent academician and distinguished professor, as a chief guest of the valedictory function of National Seminar on Science Without Borders, a multidisciplinary vision for the future, organized by the Faculty of Science, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, Hyderabad. Professor Veerareddy sir is a former Vice Chancellor of Satavahana University, Karimnagar, and a retired Professor of Chemistry from Usmania University with an illustrious career spanning over 35 years. He has made outstanding contribution to the teaching, research and administration in the field of chemistry. He has guided numerous research scholars, published 25 research articles in reputed national and international journals, and authored 8 books in chemistry, including international edition, which are remarkable to the development of chemical science field in the India and rest. And also in our department, you are written inorganic chemistry for MSc, sir. That is all now in the light. Okay. His academic journey, which begins with BSc, MSc chemistry and PhD in Usmania University, and a postdoctoral fellow from USA in 1988-91.
10 minutes.
He has been honored with multiple awards, including AP Best Teacher Award in 2007 and Vidya Ratna Award 2012 for his exceptional contribution to education. Beyond academician, Professor Sir has held key administrative positions, including Vice Chancellor in charge at Kakatiya University, Telangana University, Principal of University Science College, Usmania University, and Head of the Department of Chemistry at Usmania University. His leadership is in higher education and his commitment to fostering scientific research have left a lasting impacting. However, he is from science background. He is also good author for so many Telugu books and Telugu poetry. As we conclude this today's seminar, we are privileged to have Sir share his invaluable insight. His presence will undoubtedly inspire young researchers, academicians, and students to push the boundaries of scientific exploration and innovation. We extend our warmest welcome to him and look forward to his address. Thank you, sir.
Sir, one sentence. Apart from all these, sir is a traveler. He travels many countries and he loves to travel different places. And one of the book written by our Professor Valedictory Garu was released by our Vice Chancellor, Professor Chakrapani Garu once, right? And sir is calling Panditudu in Telugu, though he's a chemistry man.
Yeah, Sahityamu, Kalalu, anni kuda.
Respected President of the function and the registrar of this unique university in state of Telangana, Professor Vijay Krishna Reddy Garu, my friend and your Vice Chancellor, Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Chakrapani ought to be here. In fact, since he said that he has some meetings in Second Asia, I am half unnerved. Otherwise, he would have been a big inspiration for me. We were very good friends for a long time. But anyway, his other half is here. So I'm so glad. And Professor Ramchandra Garu, a very wonderful academy from NIT, Warangal, and an ever working mind on various different issues that balk the society. I think I don't need to really give an introduction to what he is and what his work is. But we were very good friends. I was a very frequent visitor to his department in NIT. I think my last visit was in 2022 when a student of mine retired in NIT at 65, whereas I retired at 60. Okay, from Usmania University. And then respectable Madam Professor Pushpa Chakrapani Garu, the director of this beautiful seminar, and the academic director and dean of Faculty of Science. My dear colleagues from this university and scholars from different disciplines, and my dear young student participants, if any, and faculty participants, if any, and my non-teaching friends from the university have been at the helm of this, in arranging this beautiful day seminar. Ladies and gentlemen, I can see from your faces, like even at the end, we are not being left, one more lecturing. My lecture, I'm not really going to give a lecture. Let me confess in the beginning. I told Madam I took permission from her. But I'll just give a message, that is supposed to be given at the valedictory, the concluding session. Obviously, you are all willing to hear little message. Probably a few sentences and then take your certificates and leave. But to begin with, directly I cannot give you a 2-line message and then say bye-bye because they put in so much effort to bring me here, drag me here. Then I have to do justice for all that. like an affection they have showered on me and all. Let me tell you, I retired 13 years ago from the active service.
ఎవరైనా నమ్ముతారా సారని చూస్తే?
అంటే దాని కొరకు చెప్పడం లేదు నేను. Each time, I go to a place, either as a guest speaker or guest of honor or chief guest, whatever you call, because there were so many occasions which I had to oblige at different places all over India, not only in this university, Hyderabad universities all over India. Probably there were very, very few universities in India where I have not gone and lectured. To be on record, maybe I might have delivered about over 2,000 extension lectures in chemistry. But each time I go there, some nice things, nice words, in the form of, in the guise of introduction of the guest, are said. I'm always reminded of, while sitting there, I would always feel that how many times they are retiring me. Because on the retirement day, same things were said. And from that day to this day, my biodata has not changed. Maybe I wrote a few more Telugu books out of hobby. Of course, I delivered another 5 books after my retirement in chemistry. But that is for my hobby and then for my mental satisfaction and all. I keep working because working in academics will not tire you. You try this. There is no retirement for academicians. There is retirement for administrators. If someone introduces me as former vice chancellor, I feel little embarrassed, because that was like a crown, temporarily worn. But anyway, nice of you, because so many nice things were said. That and thanks to them, because they did not at least say that I can walk on water. Okay. Here on this occasion, see, we are all meeting on a wonderful topic: science without borders. And who said science has borders? Science has already stepped out. All the development, technological or otherwise, in any area that you pick, it's because of science's interruption or intrusion. Science goes everywhere where the research happens. But after all, what is science? I'm daring to define what is science for scientists. It's a logical subject based on certain evidences. See, initially we hypothesize and then theorize and then conduct an experiment and finally say this is this. But today, we are going through 21st century now. And it is obviously throwing us, many of the earlier speakers would have actually talked about this. It is throwing us a lot of challenges, many challenges for humans, who are into research, who are into proceeding, doing something, this and that. I'm not pinpointing any area, picking one area and all. There could be several issues where we are actually thrown challenges at, but 4 issues I'll just give you for your thinking. One is climate change. I think every day in and day out, with our, breath in and breath out, we talk about climate change. You might have seen your people, you sit in your drawing rooms and say that summer is getting extended, or winter is narrowing down, or there are no rains. All this is because of certain, sudden and undesirable changes in the weather. But who is responsible for all that? See, we need development in the name of development. We are actually pounding the climate, earth, with all kinds of, like dumping. May I use the word dumping? With so many pollutants. Take water, take air, take anything that is around you. And it's not pure. In fact, purity is not the rule. We are contaminated in mind and body also. That is one challenge we have as humans, whether you working in science or other non-science area, let me put it generally. Second one is food security. For a human to survive, we need assurances on the food front. And then any other area can you pick? Because I don't want to test your knowledge and all, but there are so many areas. One area is sustainable living. Sustainable living. That is what we want ultimately. For this, we need the science to advance, along with all other its sister branches. And today we have so many technologies that have come into the picture at handy for the human being to survive and proceed, even advance. And of course, we are trying to put ourselves on the moon and then trying to probably after some more time, we may also go and land on the Mars. And several things may happen. But this should not be, or this was not happening, or this could not have been happening if science had been sitting in a silo. Because I just gathered this word from, because it's a quote, Madam has quoted from Professor Ramchandra's speech. Silo means it's a vessel, it's a capsule, untouchable by, others. Science is not sitting in a silo. Science is not sitting in a container, isolated compartment. It is keeping all its doors open. It's for us. In fact, science means what? As scientific representatives, as science researchers, we are keeping that open. But there is a challenge for the human being to keep the science open. For someone who is working in science, you take any area, whether it is chemistry or physics or even astrophysics, astronomy. There are, I think, 18, 20 science departments. You take anything. There is a small problem. There is a social scientist. He will suddenly come and ask us, that there is some economic crisis, in the people and all, whether science can have any solution. Do you have it? No. Science may pave the way. In fact, it can suggest a way to do it. But it is not for the person who is doing the research in science to suggest the method. What exactly I mean is we are talking about the pathways, mechanisms of interaction. Suddenly you cannot go and interact with a stranger, can you? On Hyderabad roads when you walk, you see someone like very good and all. Can you just go and talk? You should have some connection. For connection to be established, a research fellow or a scientist, like scholar, in X field must have some knowledge of Y field so that X and Y can interact. This is what is desirable, and that is what is not happening according to you. I think all through 2-day seminar, there was a complaint on science, I believe, that science has closed its borders and it is now for us to open. What is the topic? Science without borders, a multidisciplinary vision for the future. This I'll compare to language learning. Nowadays, I think the thrust of the government or any other government is, in fact, on human mind, it is always good to learn more than one speech or one language. So that there will be some changes in your brain, white matter, gray matter. Your brain is just composed of two matters, white matter and gray matter. And white matter doesn't change, but gray matter will become denser or lighter. If you speak one language, your gray matter is lighter. If you don't believe me, of course, I'm talking science. If you don't believe me, take MRI. They will know your brain picture and all. Then in addition to Telugu, for example, you speak English, then your gray matter will be proportionately denser. Probably Ramchandra has not heard about this. Maybe he knows. He's very deep in now. And Madam also actually is nodding her head. She's accepting. You go and speak another German language or Persian language or some other language. With every language, your gray matter is becoming thicker and thicker. Thicker in the sense, not that it is becoming dull. You will become an expert in that. Likewise, though you may have specialized in chemistry or physics or any other branch, please try to stretch your hands, focus on what is happening in the other neighboring departments. till 20 years or 30 years back, we were working like narrow specialists. May I call narrow specialists? This is what I curse as barbarism of specialization. You know the word? I'm sorry to use this crude word. Let us not try to be barbaric scholars. Let us try to extend our vision, open our eyes, and then finally go for interdisciplinary. Discipline means a branch. And you are talking about the vision. Vision requires a pathway, a graphical, step. I'm sure in the last 2 days through the lectures and all, you must have already formulated some graphics because it's some kind of a pathway so that the other, next incumbent can walk through and finally he or she will learn. This is what we are supposed to do. As a matter of fact, but in fact, I congratulate the seminar director and the organizers behind this for thinking of, visualizing such a wonderful, theme for the seminar. And at the same time, I have a complaint. Seminar could have been extended to 1 week. Maybe some participants will say, no, because 2 days was too much. That's a comprehensive, dress rehearsal can be achieved only through a 1 week seminar. And it should not be called a seminar. In fact, seminars do not really come out with any papers. At the end of your deliberations, you must come out with some document, policy document. It's very difficult. I have been, as student and research scholar, participant in seminars, workshops, long workshops, of course, 15 days workshops. And at the end of that, we were able to formulate a document, a policy document, and that worked. Not that only when I was the scholar and all, but any of you were there. So for that, what you need to do, madam, hereafter, because you are there at the helm, I am sure you will do that under the able guidance of our Vice Chancellor, a visionary. You can conduct a workshop-like thing. I will give you the theme.
Definitely.
Of course, I'm not corrupting your mind. I'm sure you will come out with best of the themes because your colleagues are efficient.
But I'll take
They
advice.
are capable, and of course, Ramachandra can also advise you. See, every nation wants to grow into a stronger nation. You know this, right? As Indians, we want our nation to be very strong. We have already shot up to fourth in the world economy, fourth largest economy. Very soon, we are going to topple Germany and then going into the fourth place. We are already fifth. We are going into fourth place. Then we will topple Japan and go into third. And we cannot topple China, which is in second. And we cannot actually exit or overtake America, which is in the first. You know, the Chinese, the US economy, it's nearly 30 trillion, 28 plus. Of course, it keeps changing and all. China is already 20 plus trillion, or maybe 19 trillion. And we are trying to reach 5 trillion. It's very difficult to. And China is one country which we need to look at, which is actually using an intermingling of several technologies and coming up as the best in everything. And we need to learn from them. They are very hard workers. But anyway, the kind of theme I am going to give you, madam, is institution building is nation building. This is the theme I just want to propose. Institution means what? Institution means a higher educational institution. It can be a university. It can be an IIT, like in India. We call in India IITs, but in other countries, they don't call IITs, institutes of excellence. Or it can be an IISc, it can be science institutes, or technology institutes, or arts institute, or language, whatever. So institution building is a nation building. Nation means country. And which nation doesn't want to be stronger? And you can grow stronger only if you are strong in your institutions. But what is the magic? What kind of magic is institution playing in growing the nation into the stronger position? Institution develops human resource. Ultimately, whatever we do, we have to do as human. We have done. We are now teachers. We are on the other side of the plank. But we need to develop the fresh talent that is coming in. We need to be teachers or not preachers. There's a lot of difference between, see, I can preach very easily, but teaching is very difficult. According to Rabindranath Tagore, since the reference of teacher has come, a teacher is a teacher only if he has not stopped learning. Suppose the day tomorrow you think that my course is over and I don't need to read and then okay, I'll wait for next semester and all, you are not a teacher. So a teacher is one who has not stopped learning. Like a lamp, for example. So you cannot light another lamp unless this lamp is burning by itself. That means teacher has to be like a burning lamp. So what I am trying to emphasize is, you may be wondering if students are good, institute will be famous. Like Harvard has better students now. Like MIT has better students now. Why I'm taking Harvard and MIT? They are the world-class institutes. We always quote MIT, Harvard, Oxford, and what else? And so many other, of course.
Stanford.
Some California, all known, unknown names, we quote. And of course, when it comes to India, then we'll say we also have IISc and IITs. But this is not correct. We have to change our perception. Unfortunately, our leaders, I'm sorry if there is no politician here, right? They are pushing us back. And leaders are there because of us. Don't blame them. You have to blame yourself. You are the voter. That it's your fingerprint, that is helping them and all. But what is important is to create not one, two, many world-class institutes. Here, institute is a general word I am using. It can be an education institute. It can be a production company or industry. It can be anything that matters to the, all requirements of the country's citizens. Okay. So we have to have it. Suppose, see, I given a chance, for example, some of you are all fathers and mothers and all. You want to send your son to Stanford, and you very proudly say that my son is studying in Stanford. But you should also be proud to say that my son is studying in Open University, Hyderabad. That means Open University should rise to that level. Usmania University should rise to that level. It should become a world-class institute. World-class institute, how does it become world-class institute? By simply writing and putting boards? No. Faculty. We should have the best faculty. We are all faculty. I'm talking about ourselves. We should be the best. How you could be the best? Michelangelo, one of the famous artist and sculptor, right? Michelangelo. He was asked once, how are you able to bring out a statue, that is full of life from a stone of marble and all? He simply says, Michelangelo is a European. Michelangelo. You may blame me, why don't you quote our Indian sculptor? There are many, but I'm telling, from every rock, they sculpt, they chisel a beautiful statue. His answer simply was, he says, the statue is already there in the block of marble or stone. Only thing is, I try to extract. Then what is the job of a teacher? You are working in a college or any institution. Students are admitted from different backgrounds. Perhaps taking our Indian rural area, they are from disadvantaged backgrounds. They come like rocks. Then it is for us, the teacher, don't blame. It is for us, the teachers, to actually see that some scholar in them, a human resource in them, and finally bring them out and then throw them out as people who are responsible for the progress of the nation. The nation cannot become stronger because of any prime minister or a president or a chief minister and all. It is because of these institutes. In fact, they have larger impact. All these people have come from the same institutes, right? They were all educated. No? It is the letter that has thrown them there. All kinds of chairs you occupy today, thanks to your alphabets, thanks to your learning. So this is what I am saying. Institution building is nation building. This can be a better topic for the seminar. Probably you can call experts all over, but don't call me, man, because the one who suggests will have least idea about what to do. But anyway, like this, the idea was that I should share with you something about what I have in my mind. We simply, Pat comes to blame, he has fallen. I told him not to walk like that, he simply say. But you are not putting yourself in the shoes of that person who has fallen. We have a lot to do. In fact, people at large, they are expecting a lot from you. They are looking at you with the highest esteem. The people who are going in the auto and whatever on the roads, I was just coming. They look at Open University, not only Open University, every other university. They think that here are intellectual, people. This is an intellectual capital. They think this is an intellectual bank. It's a reserve bank. Reserve bank has only money, but this is the reserve bank of intellectual capital. The great nations are full of talents. If you go back, 40 to 50 years back, there was a lot of brain drain, not only from India, but several other countries. They were developing countries or underdeveloped countries. Because best of the students, best of the scholars, they were migrating to a place which is a developed country where there is already a lot of intellectual pool. People are still going and adding. Why? Because they had developed world-class super magnet-like institutes. I want to go and work in Google. I want to go and work in Microsoft or Oracle. Where are they? Our people only are saying that we brought Microsoft, we gave so much space, and people are working. We are actually doing only application. Our entire IT from India is only, see, if the export stops, for example, our IT comes to zero. We are working on the applications of American and European banks and all. But it is for us. Don't blame ourselves because we have to blame ourselves. We are in the first generation, let's say. The next generation, I think, should not curse us. We have to do it. We have to be very serious about this. And institutions like this, platforms like this, and occasions like this, I think it's enough of issue for us to ponder over. And I think many of you are very, I see you are very youngsters and with a lot of ebullience, because the last 2 days could have actually put a lot of shining matter in your brains now. I'm sure you will not go back and throw your bag, the conference bag or seminar bag. Again, relax, then you should always be burning your mind. You may say, I see, very easily said than done. I do that. In fact, after my retirement, I wrote 5 chemistry books. I'm not saying about myself. Let me try to present myself as a model. This is what I'm saying. And then I was actually wondering, nobody was calling me to teach chemistry. Usmania University, for 1 or 2 years, I went there on some occasion. They invited us as retired professors. 4 fellows retired and all. Then I offered them, I'll come and teach freely. You're there, okay. I said, I'll not ask for a cup of tea. My car to classroom and classroom to car. Please give me, you don't pay me anything. But they did not, I'm not blaming Usmania. Any Usmania is here? No, I'm not blaming Usmania. And no other, but several private colleges have invited me. But privates, I said no. Because this is a government where our students, from different sections come, and that is where I want to extend my service. When I was wondering what to do after my retirement, because chemistry was no, then what should I do? Simply, sit at one place and then become old and take another leg and walk on 3 legs and then go to the wheelchair and finally to the. That is not our life. Do you all believe in Punarjanma? I don't believe in. You don't, please. This is the only life. Make good use of your time, please. Be the best. Be the best of your family, best of your institution, best of your country. See, if each one of you really think like this, you can do it. See, if I am addressing 100 people, even if 10 or 20 of them will come up, that's fine. Abdul Kalam was also of the same opinion. See, I need not be Abdul Kalam to say to you this. Okay? Simply don't dream, but try to realize. For dreamers, nights are longer. For workers, days are longer. And for shirkers, both are longer. Both are. They neither sleep well nor work well during the day. I'm sorry, I'm going a little overboard. But I thought, after 2 days of pounding, very intense lectures from different speakers. Madam was a taskmaster and all. You must have all been, feeling heavy and all. I thought I would just lighten your minds, and that's why I have just chosen to give. I've given a message. This is a little longer, right? But I'm sure you would agree with me, and this is how you continue. Be pragmatic, positive in your approach, and this is not the end of the world for you. There is always a beautiful tomorrow, but don't curse today, and don't even ignore yesterday, because you have to build laurels on yesterday's experience, today's circumstance, and tomorrow will be a golden day. And never ever expect that the gold mine should be under my feet. We have to go searching for. So with these few words, let me thank once again very, very profusely our madam, Pushpa Chakrapani Garu, who was the first to connect me, to drag me here. And in fact, I was cursing her for inviting me here because I had to work a little harder for giving a message. Sorry, madam. Saying on the lighter side. And I'm so glad that I'm able to meet all of you and interact with you. I wish I had time to interact with you personally. Personally, as Professor Chakrapani in his chamber when we were having tea, he was saying that himself and myself, we talk hours and hours. And finally, at the end of the discussion, we wonder what were the topics we discussed. So many topics went by, they roll over. So that's how you gain knowledge. Unless you talk to the other person, you will not be able to know his world or her world. Similarly, unless you open the book, you will not know what the writer was trying to say there. Get into the habit of good reading. That is very important. If you have forgotten reading, I think you have forgotten to be a human interaction. Thank you very much. Over.
Wonderful.
Thank you, sir. In fact, you have given a wonderful topic for us.
Then retire.
Vice Chancellor, sir, you are telling retired 13 years back. You are, I think, 73 years of old, but you are looking 50.
Oh.
That's fact, na? Because
young while growing old, that is the concept. And I don't take any elixir or any medicine or any tablet. If you really feel that I'm looking younger, it's because you feel young. That's it. Right. And thanks. You thank your deans. I've invited from parents and all that.
wonderful, sir. Vice Chancellor also invited Professor Veera Reddy Garu to be visit to our university for a cup of tea. But at the time of taking a cup of tea, they discussed a lot. Even today, they discussed at least 5 or 6 issues across the table while taking tea. So I request again, sir, on behalf of my Vice Chancellor and my university, thank you so much for your jovial and straight and depth speech. Reality. Because I remembered yesterday's chief guest speech today while you are speaking from here, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your affectionate towards our university and accepted our invitation to came here. Now, this is closing remarks. There is nothing to close any remarks because yesterday I told you I am Telugu man, nothing to speak in Telugu, science subject. But to tell one sentence, on Science Day, we invited a social scientist, Professor Dr. Donti Narsimhareddy Garu. On that day, Vice Chancellor told us, what is science? What is science? So, botany, zoology, chemistry is not at all a science, though it is a science. We are not denying, but all the other subjects who think logically and for society comes under science only, knowledge is science like that. So, without borders and barriers, we must move together to contribute something to the society and for the development of the society. Thank you so much. Now, the subject, felicitation to our guest of today's guest. Then certificates, madam.
Registration అయిపోయింది.
That is, sir, that is inviting, sir. That is inviting to the dais. Now you felicitate the traditional remark of this guest of this day, sir.
So we request Ramchandra garu also to join.
Professor Ramchandra garu and Professor Chakrapani garu, I request to felicitate the chief guest of today, Professor Veera Reddy garu, please. I've been already felicitated.
He joined with us to felicitate.
నన్నా
So, అవును sir.
అప్పది నాకేనా నాకేనా సరే
Thank you.
Give 5 minutes for that.
I request our two guests, Ramchandra garu and Professor Veera Reddy garu, to spare 5 minutes because to give certificates to the participants, our young students and research scholars also.
ఎప్పుడు వస్తారు?
ఎవరైనా వచ్చి ఎవరు కోటేశ్వరరావు
రెస్పాన్స్ సార్
to read out the names. Thank you.
Response చెప్పండి.
I'm handing over mic to Kodeswara garu to proceed and conduct other further proceedings.
ఇక్కడికైనా పోవాలనా లేకపోతే ఇక్కడ
Expecting feedback, anyone forward, use some feedback.
ఓకేనా ఫోటో వస్తుంది ఓకే
రావచ్చేమో ఏమైతుంది అంతే కదా.
అవసరం లేదు
Karnam Lakshmi. Please come.
ఫాస్ట్ ఫాస్ట్
కొంచెం త్వరగా రండి.
పేరు కూడా
అడుప సుమలత.
పిలుస్తూ వెళ్ళండి.
సుమలత.
కిషోర్
డాక్టర్ జి లావణ్యం.
మేడం
కె శ్రీలత డాక్టర్. నిర్మల ప్రభావతి.
లావణ్య
మోహన్ బాబు జత.
You are a participant. That's so nice. I really appreciate it.
కరుణకుమారి. కరుణకుమారి.
ఇలా ఉండాలి.
విజయలక్ష్మి. కె విజయలక్ష్మి. రవలి కృష్ణ. బి సైదులు. బి శ్రీకాంత్.
ఆల్రెడీ ఇచ్చింది.
ఎవరున్నారు వాళ్ళు వచ్చేసేయండి అమ్మా. మీ పేరు
డాక్టర్
చెప్పండి.
రామకృష్ణ బి. రామకృష్ణ బి. శ్రీకాంత్.
You have learned something.
Yeah, very well. You are speaking
Srikanth.
really
You get motivated and
close.
కళ్యాణి కే. నిఖత్ బేగం. నిఖత్ బేగం. తస్కిన్ నజీం. మధుబాబు. శ్రీపాద్. పూజిత. పూజిత. దేవ్. వనిత మల్వార్. మేడం. తస్కిన్ నజీం.
అంటే 1 hour
కె శ్రీలత. Srilata.
Where are you from?
G. Lavanya. Left.
From?
No. Okay.
Side BSc student of some college. Presented in computer applications.
Okay. She is going to do something. In fact, she developed a NAC application. Oh, okay. It's going.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.
అంతేనా పడిపోయారు
Come, come.
Ramani garu.
ఇంకెవరైనా ఉన్నారా స్టూడెంట్స్? ఉన్నాయా? ఒక్క నిమిషం సార్. జస్ట్ 4 minutes.
Manjushri. Manjushri. Narayana. Swati. K. Swati. P. Akila. Sir. రమ్మనండి మరి ఎందుకు
కెమెరా ఉంటుంది పడుతున్నారు
రమ్మండి మరి సంతకం పెట్టేస్తాను.
లేదు అయిపోయింది
Side BSc student of some college.
నారాయణ
పేరు కంటే ముందు అవార్డు అయినాక రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ చేస్తే బాగుంటుంది అనుకుంటా.
Social science తర్వాత
Madam, please. Madam.
Now Dr. Ramakrishna sir, please propose formal.
what of tax and
Good evening, one and all present here. On behalf of the Department of Science, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the University for providing us the opportunity to organize this today's seminar, Science Without Border, a multidisciplinary vision for the future. I would like to extend my special thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Ganta Chakrapani sir for giving us the opportunity to organize this seminar. Our sincere gratitude goes to the guest of honor, Dr. L.V.K. Reddy sir, Registrar sir, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, for his gracious presence and inspiring words of encouragement. I would like to extend a special thanks to our academic director, Dean of the Faculty of Science, Professor Pushpa Chakrapani Madam, for his continuous encouragement, guidance, and support throughout this event. Firstly, I would like to express my special thanks to our chief guest on the first day, Professor Jagadishwar Rao from University of Hyderabad, for delivering such an inspiring and insightful message. I am also immensely grateful to our keynote speaker, Chief Scientist, Dr. Anand Kumar Pandey from CSIR, National Geographical Research Institute, for his invaluable contribution for thought-provoking address. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Mr. Dr. Neha Ashwan Hablekar Madam, Senior Scientist of Research Center for Powder Metallurgy and New Material, ERC Hyderabad, for our outstanding explanation of nanotechnology during the plenary session. I would also like to extend my profound gratitude to Professor Ramchandra Rao, NIT Warangal, for his enlightening talk on
Decompilation of forgiving interdisciplinary research and academic towards a Vikasita Bharat integration of global knowledge systems. And next, and on the second day of seminar, we had the privilege of welcoming our chief guest, Professor Veera Reddy sir, former Vice Chancellor of Shatavahana University. We truly appreciate his presence and his enlightening speech. My heartfelt thanks to also goes to Director CSTD, Professor Venkatramana sir, for his unwavering support and cooperation to making this seminar grand success. I would like to special thanks to Professor Vaddanam Srinivas Rao sir, Dean Social Sciences and EMRC Director, and his technical team, his valuable assistance and constant support throughout this program. Additionally, I extend my gratitude to our Finance Officer, Mr. Venu sir, for his constant support and handling financial support and ensuring and smooth execution of the seminar. A big thanks to our Dr. Venugopal, Public Relations Officer, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, for regular covering the seminar news in the media and helping our reach and wider audience. Special thanks to technical support team led by Mr. Vasantrao sir for their invaluable assistance in driving dedication, ensuring and seamless functioning of our system and resolving technical challenges with professionalism and efficiency. I would also like to extend my sincere thanks to our senior faculty, Professor S.P. Rajeshekar Reddy sir and Pramila madam and Sridevi madam and Koteshwar Rao sir, Dr. Vijay Kumar sir and Dr. Kishore Kumar sir, Dr. Kumar sir, Usha madam, Anita madam and Ashok Kumar, Rameshwar Rao sir, their valuable support. I would like to thank all participants who presented papers in this seminar. Special thanks to everyone who attended offline as well as those who are joined in online. So last but not least, I heartily thank to of the staff members who worked fearlessly behind the scenes, Sharanya madam and also Mr. Prabhakar Reddy, Dayakar Reddy, Murali and LIA to make this event successful. Your hard work and dedication truly commendable. So once again, thank you all your valuable presence and support to making this seminar a memorable ones. Thank you one and all. So andariki namaste. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
సో మిమ్మల్ని మేము మళ్ళీ పదే వాడుకోవచ్చు.